Hello, everybody. I'm out here in the garden. It's pretty chilly today. But what I'm doing is I'm cutting down all my dead plants and I'm putting them in the wheelbarrow here. And I will take them and put them in the compost pile. See if I can get it over here so I can see and show you what I'm doing. This way I can get the grass out of the little buckets and totes and things. And all these strings I had it tied up with. I keep my scissors together. My garden shears. But this will finish topping off my compost bin. To give me mulch for compost for all my plants this coming spring. And I can also get rid of some of these string tiebacks that have gotten crazy out here. And when I go around there to put all this in the compost, I'm also going to break down that cardboard box and put it in my compost as well. Now, if it's some of your greens, you need to leave them alone, because your greens like the cold weather and they'll still grow and produce in the cold weather. But if you got plants that are already dead, like some of these tomato plants, just go ahead and I'm going to put this yarn in that box right now to keep up with it. Yeah, but this is the last day of December. So if you're going to have a spring garden, you need to start thinking about it now. And that was a stalk from a sunflower. That's going to definitely go in compost. But just basically clean out your garden. Anything that's not living. I'll get all new tiebacks whenever I plant for the spring of the year. anything that's completely dead, go ahead and pull it out. If it's not dead, you can't pull it out, just cut it off. Sticks to my fingers. Get all your grass out, weeds that's growing in your pots. Whew. As you know, I've had my compost bin going all year, so I should have some pretty good compost. By the time spring comes around. This looks a mess. And this yarn will break down, but it's not going to break down fast enough, so I don't want to put any more of it in the compost. I put some of it in the compost in the past, but it didn't break down very quick. Not like the leaves and everything else do. So I prefer not to put it in there. I don't even know where to start. I choose to use my wheelbarrow so I don't have to just carry it in my arms. And I can carry more in the wheelbarrow anyway, so. And most of this yarn is basically almost rotted anyway, so. These are adjustable. Oh, they're kind of hard, so they're cold, so they're hard to move right now. put them down lower for the most part this summer, but I didn't. That might work better for this spring. Like I said, I'll take most of this yarn out of this before it goes in the compost pile, because the yarn's not going to break down fast enough. I mean, it won't hurt it being there, but it gets in the way sometimes. Well, y'all, I've got here, and I need to put some of this stuff in the compost bin. I got all the dead tomato plants out of that section. I still got to get them out of this section, but can only do so much in one day. I've done laundry today. I've done a lot of stuff today other than this, but I wanted to show you. Get over here. I've been throwing my food scraps in here. Watermelon rinds, eggshells, whatever. I mean, it's dropped a lot since the last time I did this. But you have to keep doing it as it drops. You add to it. I'm also going to go around there and get some more dirt out of that dirt pile that I've got. I'm going to put cardboard on it. You know, I've been putting food scraps on it forever. Try to break it down in there. Because this will not continue breaking down unless I put dirt or something on top of it. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put cardboard in there. Any kind of paper you got, newspapers, toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls. It'll all break down. Even helps to put this on the outside to hold the dirt in when I put the dirt in there. It'll still break down. It'll break down just like everything else. Break up leaves in your yard, anything. I got my old okra plants in here. said, you don't have to do this, but I'm doing it just to help hold my dirt in when I put my dirt in. You can put leaves on top of it. Whew. Well, I went and got dirt. So now, just got to put it on here. Whew. Now, if you want to, you can build your totes, your buckets, your big pots the same way. Put leaves, pine bark, oak bark, broken down rotted wood, dead plants, tomato plants, pepper plants, whatever out of the garden, native dirt. And then it'll be ready to plant in come spring. I would have done more totes and buckets and pots, but I've got so many in the yard now, I don't have much room to put any more unless I clear this lot a little bit. And I haven't been able to do that yet. But I will. I was cold until now. Now I'm getting hot, but I'm sweaty, and if I take this hat off, then the air is going to make me cold and probably make me sick. So I'm going to leave it on. go get some more dirt. Whew. And I'm going to sit down a minute and rest, and then I'll come back. I got stuff growing in there. Probably need to put some of this in there too. Oh, I think this will be enough. And I got enough in the garden to do this again when it breaks down. But it's always important to put your dirt on top, because it won't break down without the dirt. You always got to keep it covered. Whew. Oh man, this is a job. Now that's got it covered good enough. Now what I'm going to do is start building some more totes and buckets. Do them the same way I do my compost pile. I'll put food scraps in there, broken down wood bark. Oh, I gotta go sit down over here while I talk to you. Oh, sit on this little log. Yeah. Oh. Whew. But yeah, go ahead and start cleaning up your garden. Take all your dead plants, your dead tomato plants if you've got any. If they're still living, leave them. They may survive, you never know. But if they're dead and you know they're not going to make it, do like I did. Go ahead and cut them out, pull them out. Put them in your compost. Start, put your food scraps, your leaves, your dead plants from your garden, everything that you can in your compost. Always top it off with dirt. Always keep it covered with dirt. Because if you don't keep it covered with dirt, it's not going to break down. If you keep it covered, you layer it all up under it and then put your dirt on top, cover it good, it'll break down twice as fast. I mean, you saw how much mine dropped, the level from that last time I filled it up. And here I got it full again. And it's going to break down. Oh. But now, since I've got my compost done again, what I'm going to do, I've got some more totes. I've got a few of the little buckets, the black buckets. I'm going to go ahead and start building them. I'm going to put the wood bark, the leaves, the food scraps, table scraps, native dirt on top. Always the dirt on top. Let it break down. Just fill them all up that you're going to plant with now, and let them sit in your garden until spring, and they'll be ready to plant in. All of the food scraps will be broke down. Your dead plants will be broke down. You'll have the best soil in the world to plant your plants in. And that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm not going to start it today. I'm too tired. But yeah, just go ahead and top your compost pile off. Fill your buckets, your totes, your pots, anything you're going to plant in, your raised beds, anything you're going to plant in, just like I did the raised bed over there that I planted collards in. That's going to be, it was ready to plant collards in when I first set it up. But it'll be even more ready by spring, because all that cardboard and leaves and broken down wood bark, all that stuff will be broken down. It'll turn into soil, be right ready to plant come spring. So that's what you need to concentrate your time on now. You might want to fix poles that you can hook shade cloths to if you don't have a way to shade some of your plants, if you're in the extreme heat like I am here in Texas. I got to work some more on my poles too, but I've got time on it. But yeah, I got to clean up all this garden. But you can see my pepper plants, they're still living. They're still producing peppers. So I don't want to cut them down right now. Maybe by the time my compost is dropped again, these will be dead. If not, I'll let them live right on through fall, spring, and summer. I won't have to replant. But I'm sure we're going to have some pretty cold nights coming up that they're not going to survive. I don't think they will. They've never survived before. So we'll see what happens. They fare better under the trees because they're a little bit sheltered at night. It helps keep the warmth in, keeps the moisture off of the plants to keep them from freezing. But we haven't been down that cold yet. We've been down to 29 or 30 degrees one night so far. The rest of the time it's been 35, 37, 40, 39, not even to freezing. So my garden has survived. So I'm going to let it, whatever survives, survives, and what doesn't, I'll replant. So that's all I got for you today. Enjoy your new year. This will probably be posted on New Year's Day or the day after. This is New Year's Eve that I'm doing this. I don't know if I'll get it uploaded and published tonight or not, because I've got a live tonight. New Year's Eve live special, y'all. Whew. I'm sweating. But it seems good to get out here and work and it be a little cool. And, even though I'm sweating a little bit, it's not like it would be if it was 105 degrees out here. It's only like mid-70s, if that. And I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. So with that, thank you so much for giving me your time today with this video. I hope you take heed to some of my advice if you're planning on a spring garden. And get your pots and totes and everything ready right now. Build your totes, build your pots, build your buckets. Just like I did my compost, just like I did my raised bed. Put your cardboard, your paper, your toilet rolls, newspapers, anything of that nature. Right in there with your old dead plants, your wood bark, your food scraps. And right now, it doesn't matter what kind of food scraps you put in there, because if you're not going to plant in it right away, you don't care if the ants get in it. The ants will come in it, they'll do their thing, and they'll be gone by spring. So, if it's something you want to plant in right now, like collards or greens, which I don't know if I'd fool with planting here in the end of December, but if I did, then you don't want to put anything that's going to attract ants. If you plant right away, put any food table scraps, greens, lettuces, potato peelings, anything that does not attract ants. If you're going to put it in your compost pile and let it sit there for a couple of months, maybe use it in the spring, put anything in it, any type of food scraps you want. I wouldn't advise putting bones, because bones take forever to break down. And when you go ready to use your compost in your plants for this spring, you're going to be digging up bones because they're not going to break down. So I'd avoid putting bones in there. Fish, anything like that. Just keep it covered on the top. Cover it with dirt. If you got a tarp, you can cover it with a tarp. I don't even cover mine with a tarp anymore, but it'll break down faster. But then you got to uncover it and wet it down a little bit. This way, if it's uncovered, the rain will get to it and keep it moist, keep it wet. And you have more access to it just to keep it damp, because you don't want it to dry out, not completely. So with that, like I said, thank you so much for hanging out with me, giving me your time. I appreciate it so much. Enjoy your New Year's Eve tonight. Well, like I said, you probably won't get this till tomorrow or the next day. New Year's will already be here, but enjoy your New Year's. Be safe this week. Some people are on vacation all week. The kids are still out of school all this week. So enjoy your vacation. Enjoy the new year. Be safe. Make some New Year's resolutions and stick to them. I always think about it, but I don't really stick to a lot of them. It's kind of hard, But anyway, till I see you next time, love y'all. Y'all be good, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.